Hey there. Today, I want to talk to you about finding the right coach, finding a coach that's right for you. But first, we have to agree that the coach is important. I have people ask me sometimes, do I need a coach, or why do I need a coach? And my answer is generally, well, you don't need a coach, but why wouldn't you want a coach? Because, I mean, you look at athletes, you look at the professional golfers of the world, the professional tennis players, you look at basketball players, football players, they all have coaches. If you want to be the best you can be, if you want to be epic, if you want to build an epic business, then you're going to have a coach. Another question I would say to you is, hey, what if you don't get a coach and your competitors do get a coach? They're going to have a leg up on you. They're going to have an advantage. They're going to be pushing forward at a faster rate than you are. I'm not sure that that's a great recipe for success. So can we assume that you want to be epic and you want to build a business and you want to be the best you can be? Because, I mean, that's our mission here is we're always about how do we make you a little bit better? How do we simplify things? How do we help you make sense out of business so that you can build the business of your dreams? So my advice to you, I'm going to give you a little bit of advice on how to choose a coach, how to invest in a coach. My first thing would say is, how do you buy a car? Like, if you tend to just run out and buy a car, then that's probably how you're going to tend to want to buy a coach. If you do a lot of research, you're probably going to want to do a little bit of research. If you want a bunch of details, you're going to want a bunch of details. If you have friends everywhere, you're probably going to want to get a friend to refer you into a coach. Now, what I would say is those are your proclivities. And so you want to defend against the things that you have anyway. Like when I buy a truck, I'm likely to call my dad and get him to do some research on it because I know it's a big decision and he's going to do the research that potentially I wouldn't do to find out, make sure that it's a good buy. So he tends to buy things differently than I do. So you can team up to do this as well. So that's just a little bit of a back end discussion. You want to defend against the things that are going to cause you. So if you're slow to make a decision, then you're going to want to say, well, hang on, I need to make this decision relatively quickly. This is going to be the best thing for my business. I feel like that's the best thing. People have a hard time saying, well, I want to make this investment. And by the way, it is an investment. I want to make this investment quickly. So once you decide to have a coach, then, and you should decide to have a coach, then I've got a few questions that I think you're going to want to ask. Number one is, what is the outcome that I want from business coaching? What is it that I would do? I want more money. Do I want more time? Do I want a better team? Do I want more freedom? Whatever it is, do I want to sell the business? Whatever it is, I think it's helpful to know that. And if you don't know that, we're happy to sit down with you and have a chat with you to kind of get clear on that and then help you decide, whether we're a good fit or not. And then if we're not a good fit, we're happy to recommend you to someone else that is more of a fit, or a book or a course or something that would work for you. So the first thing is what? The second thing is, what do you need? Like, do you need skills? Do you need knowledge? Do you need hiring help? Do you need not just someone to brainstorm with? I had a guy who hired me one time basically because he wanted to brainstorm the ideas he came up with and have me challenge him. His father had died, and he had a mentor who was in his 90s, and he didn't feel like he was getting much value out of those conversations. He wanted, let's just have coffee every once in a while, have a chat, and talk about building his business. So that's what he wanted. What it is that you want is important in determining the right coach for you. So what do you want? What do you need? Are a couple of the questions. Another one would be, and this is a bit of a gut check, are you serious? I mean, are you really serious about building your business? Because if you're not serious about building the business, it's going to be tough for you to get through the hard times, the obstacles, the things. Because coaching is a two-way street. You have to do the work. You have to do the push-ups. Like there's no athletic coach that doesn't make his people do the training ahead of the match. So we've got to do the training along the way to build the business. So are you serious about building your business? I'm a big fan of asking your sphere of influence for suggestions, getting input on that, getting input on what you need or what you want or what they see outside, because we all have blind spots. That's why I have a coach, because we have blind spots. So ask your sphere of influence for help on that and suggestions on what you need, what you want, and make sure you're serious about this. I would recommend once you find a coach or a prospect for a coach, check them out. Check their website out, do your research, find out what they are. How big is their YouTube channel? How many, who have they helped? Check the testimonials, just check them out. Do the background stuff that you would do on any vehicle or any person you were hiring. Another question to ask yourself would be, can I get an ROI on coaching? So is my business at a point where we can generate enough growth so that we can pay for coaching? Because coaching is meant to be free. You don't have to be that big to be it, but you do have to have enough cash flow to be able to pull it out. I do think people make a mistake at looking at this as an expense rather than an investment. If you were hiring a person, you would look at them as an investment. If you were in like construction and you needed a new truck, you'd look at it as an investment. Well, this coaching is an investment. You're going to get a massive return on your money. The question is it big enough yet to get that ROI? So that's a good question to ask. Number 7, test drive. You're going to test drive any vehicle before you drive it, I assume. Maybe you don't, but I would test drive virtually every vehicle that was going to. Now we call it a strategy session. Yes, you have to do some pre-work. Yes, you have to fill out a form. Yes, you have to do some back-end work, look at some videos, read some things, understand what it is we do, because this is about fit. We want you, if it's not a good fit, we're not interested, and you shouldn't be either. So we're looking for a fit between what you want, what we can help you do. So if there is a good fit, great. But test drive, we call it a strategy session. It's about 90 minutes. We talk about where you want to go, where you are now. We build you a mini plan to help you get there. And the last thing I would say, and the last question I would say is, hey, do you like them? Is it going to be fun? You should be able to figure that out in the strategy session. Is this something that you're serious about? Is this something you want to grow your business? Are you willing to do the work? Is it going to be fun? Are we going to have a good time? Or do we mesh? Do we fit? Does it feel right logically? Does it feel right in your heart? Does it feel right in your gut? And if it is, then we should have that. We should enter into a coaching relationship. So I hope this helps. It's my perspective on it. By the way, we're looking for fit too. Not everybody, listen, if it's not a good fit, we will recommend it. We will tell you flat out where you can get help. Maybe it's a book, maybe it's a course, maybe it's another coach. We'll tell you where you can get help if we're not the right fit. I've done it often. I do it a lot, because our job is to help build people, help them find a better way to build their business. That's what we do. And if we're not the better way, then we will put you in the right place. We are the better way for most people, but that's a way. So if you're in the market for a coach, and you should be, or if you have a coach and you want a second opinion, then reach out to us. Just get on the website, billgilliland.actioncoach.com. We'll be happy to have a chat with you about building your business. So until next week,